Okay. The other day, Daz and Kurupt were on Drink Champs. I wanted to see. I have a couple questions specifically about that interview, but I wanted to ask overall what your thoughts were and if anything stuck out to you, if you were able to catch it.
Damn. I was wrong. I was wrong like a mother. I put Kurupt on his deathbed, y'all. I'm fucked up. Kurupt just got that drinking problem. That nigga is still sharp as a motherfucking cat to me. He looks fragile. I'll give y'all that. But I listened to that interview and I was very well entertained by Kurupt. I was like, okay, this is still the nigga. This that writer. This that well-read person that is obviously he is. Because he was on this game, y'all. And, like I said, he's still a little fragile. And that's just because I think once he started drinking, he's obviously have a drinking problem. He has a drinking problem. And from the interview that's going on, or maybe just concluded on my boy Arthur Dog Log show with Ray J. Ray J has a drinking problem too. But other than that, I learned from that interview. I learned that
Dad sacrificed. We all sacrificed. Dog sacrificed because he got an album dropping
That's
in
what I said.
July.
That's something for him to.
Right. His album with Dr. Dre dropping in July.
He got an album coming out next month with Dr. Dre.
Wow.
So you know,
On Death Row?
No.
It's
I
Death
don't
Row.
know. Is it
Aftermath Interscope.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Damn, Death Row, Aftermath, and Interscope.
Isn't that incredible?
Got that. Make some noise for that.
Dr. Dre did the whole.
well, that an album about to come out, right? That I've been saying wasn't going to come out, John. They say it's going to come out next month. They've been teasing us for it each month, right? They told us it was going to come out in May, before the Dog Pound album post came out, which came out, I guess, June 6th or something like that, John. But they told us that particular album was going to come out, the Snoop and Dre. I told y'all it wasn't coming out on Death Row. I knew that. And Dre, I kept telling y'all how Dre stuff can only be distributed by Priority and only going to come out on Interscope Records. And so we learned that from that particular interview. I want y'all to listen to this part from Kurupt.
All right. If Nate was alive,
Yeah.
you understand me?
He would have brought a whole another depth to the project.
Real talk. Every album since Nate passed away
Yeah.
would have been on that level.
Right. Would have been
Hey, look, as long as you have 50,000, and then after, as long as you have 50,000, yeah, you would be there. But then after Fat Joe said, "Nigga, yesterday's price ain't today's price." Right. If Nate Dogg was alive when he said that, that 50 would have turned to 250,000. Walk around with Nate. Yeah, give me the 250,000, and then send the record to me after you send me the first payment, and then
that's a good charge, though.
Motherfucker, you know what he called that? The homie price.
Now, do that explain to y'all that Tupac payment to Nate Dogg? Do it explain that the payment to Nate Dogg? Where everybody always, why Sugar or why Death Row applying stuff to Nate Dogg? Did y'all hear what Kurupt said? Did y'all really listen and digest what Kurupt was saying? How Nate Dogg was about his songs and being on people's hooks? We know on Tupac songs on Death Row, Nate Dogg, I did about 4 or 5 songs. John, you the historian there. I'm sure you know him. I can't think of none but the singles, All About You and Scandalous. But John will mention it to us, if not.
Yeah, he did Me and My Homies, which was a Nate Dogg song. He did All About You, like you mentioned, Scandalous, like you mentioned, Teardrops and Closed Caskets, and Changed Man.
So that right there will explain to y'all why Nate Dogg or child support was billed to Tupac's estate. Keep telling you.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
Have you heard of the flavored air category that's quickly becoming the leading alternative to vaping and smoking? It's a whole new movement towards better habits, led by the sponsor of today's video, Fume. We all have bad habits, including you guys that watch this video. We all think we're doing well, but then we get around our friends and we get the urge and we don't want to feel left out. They're all reaching for their bad habits and you feel, well, why not? Well, what if I could tell you that there is a better alternative that helps you kick your bad habit in an enjoyable way, something you can take out with you and use anywhere. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device. Fume has no vapor. You can use it anywhere. There's no nicotine, there's no toxic flavors, there's no batteries, and it looks awesome. You can pretty much use it anywhere as a fidget or something to replace your bad habit. Go to tryfume.com/bombfirst or scan the QR code in the corner. Use code BOMBFIRST to get your free Fume base when you order your journey pack today. Shout out to Fume for being the sponsor of today's video.
You have to pay for side artists and guest appearance. Now, generally, label mates would exchange. You get on my album, I get on your album. You do my video shoot, I'll do your video shoot. It's usually when you're not on the same album or label that's when no fees and stuff like that kick in. But we all know Nate Dogg's situation, where Nate Dogg was being advanced several dollars by Suge, even just for fighting his robbery cases when he was robbing those Taco Bells. I know that the attorney on that case bill was like $400,000 to $500,000. David Chesnall from Las Vegas, who handled that case. And so my point is, there was money that was being spilled, and that's just the way they were dealing with stuff to justify cutting these checks to people. And that's what had to happen. So, like I keep telling y'all, Death Row did mess up on not having the accounting department. But one thing I'm not going to let y'all do, and y'all know how I talk shit about Suge Knight daily lately. Suge Knight wasn't cheap with money. If you was making him money and you was in business with him, he would spend that money on you. He would make sure all his artists were good. Living like rock stars. Living very well. Y'all ever hear me say anything about Suge Knight that's good? Y'all gonna never hear, or bad? Y'all gonna never hear me say that he was cheap and he didn't take care of his artists financially well. And so that's what I got from that particular Drink Champ interview. I liked about it is they appeared to be on their game. I would caution friends of Kurupt to make him just smoke weed. To keep that alcohol away from him, because if y'all notice, he was into the alcohol shots in that particular interview. And y'all notice he said in that interview he can't smoke cigarettes anymore, but he can smoke weed. So there is some health conditions, but I was glad to see. And I even picked up on it a little bit on the Big Boy interview that he did, that Reggie Wright playing doctor, and his diagnosis was inaccurate. Kurupt is not on his, he's not as bad off as I said. I believe the dementia going to kick in eventually, because that is one of the first signs. But he ain't there yet. So shout out Kurupt, shout out Dogg Pound. I didn't listen to him, John. I was always interested. I was listening to him talking about people on the album or on one of the songs that they did where they were shouting out their friends. And I noticed. I forgot to listen to it. Okay. I forgot, I'm sorry. Yeah, it'll be interesting to know if he did shout out Tupac or not. Y'all tell me in the comment section because y'all know I'm not gonna go and download it and listen to it. But y'all tell me in the comment section, did they shout out Tupac on there as one of the people that were their friends that
And what was it? The song where they mentioned all the people that had passed that they lost, and you were wondering
Yeah.
if they shouted out Tupac in that list.
Yes, correct.
Gotcha.
Because they were saying people that were close and friends. Yeah. So shout out.